Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quad Radio once again as we present our second edition of Video Quad Radio. I'm Rodney Tomlin along with Grayson Eller today as we visit you once again from Salisbury, North Carolina, and the home headquarters of Phoenix Racing, the I guess you would call it the Maxxis Liquid Wrench Elka Honda team that is based out of North Carolina here, and Grayson Eller's been a big part of pretty much since its inception. Grayson, welcome to Quad Radio, man.
Thank you. It feels great.
It is great to have you on board, man, and I know that you guys have been busy this offseason, and I know you've been playing a little bit of a role in it. You've been kind of watching it all unfold. What's been taking place this winter, man? I mean, how'd this all come about, this beautiful race shop and the new track and everything that you guys got? I mean, it's been a big building process over the last few months, huh?
Yes, sir, it has. It all started whenever my dad just wanted to, or the team owner wanted to just find a new place to park all the new rigs and just make a place to where all of us can just hang out and have fun and have a place to work out. And he started the track that way we could all just everything be in one spot and we just make it kind of our home.
Right, and for those of you that don't know, Grayson is the son of the team owner, and one thing that is really cool is that his dad's got a pretty good eye as far as talent is concerned, because we've watched you progress. I remember watching, Grayson, you racing in the youth classes, and you had that one incident at I think it was Muddy Creek. It seemed like it was taking you forever to really get out of the funk from that, and then toward the end of your youth career, we started seeing some glimpses of greatness. But when you got on the big bikes, man, it really all of a sudden, and that was just last year. Last year was your first year on the big bikes, right?
Yes, sir.
And you went straight from the youth to the B class and won third place in 3 different classes, right?
Yes, sir. That's correct.
Man, talk a little bit about what that's like to make that big step up, because sometimes you see people make that transition from youth to B and sometimes A, but generally you see them in a C class, and maybe if they are in a B class, they aren't up toward the front of the pack, kind of like what you were, man. I mean, so what was that transition like for you, and why did you excel so much in it?
I guess it was just because I was always so tall, and the little bikes never really fit me. And whenever we got on 250s, we tried to make a bigger chassis, but it still didn't make it as big as the 450s. And whenever I got on the 450s, it just fit me. It felt like it was natural. It just felt like everything was the size it needed to be, and everything just started to click real well, and just could move my body more.
What was it like for you? What was it like on that moment when you were like, oh yeah, this is it?
It was great because I knew that I might be able to pick up more speed and find those couple more seconds I needed to pick up the pace and move the next classes.
So talk a little bit about the first races. I guess the first time you really raced a B class was last year at Daytona, huh?
Soaring Eagle.
Okay, you did it at the end of the year. Okay, so talk a little bit about that and what it was like to get that prelude heading into the offseason. I guess it gave you something to fire yourself up about, huh?
Yeah, it was awesome because I won 3 or 4 of the classes of their B class for my first races, and it shocked me and just got me all hyped up, ready for Daytona to come early.
I remember that now, and I remember why I was so amped up on you coming into last season, and it's all coming back to me now. You're absolutely right. I remember at Soaring Eagle how great you did, and then the great things that happened at Daytona, and then the season, man. I mean, the season was a hard season because you went into an intermediate level class with a lot of people that had experience in that class, and to race against people with experience sometimes is tough. Even if you're the same speed, experience sometimes wins out, but you seem to gain a lot real quick.
Yeah, I believe College Boy was the hardest class to ride this year because it was an extra lap that I wasn't used to ride, and then with the A class people mixed in there, it just made it even more harder.
Yeah, and what do you think is going to be the biggest obstacle you're going to face this year? Just the fact that these guys are just a little bit faster than in a B class?
Probably my conditioning and my starts is what I feel like is going to be the biggest factor this year, because starts weren't my strong suit last year, and so far I've proven not to be getting any better, so I just got to spend the rest of the off-season training on my starts.
So just try to climb over that and work through those types of things. But once you get out on the track, man, I mean, you can make passes move up to the front of the pack, huh?
Yeah, I have a lot of practice doing that.
Now, would you find it? Do you like doing it that way, or do you feel that whole shot and win would be a lot funner.
No doubt, starting up front's a whole lot easier. Requires a whole lot less energy.
But would it be as fun though? That's the question.
I think it'd be fun because higher you are up there in position, it just makes it all the more fun. And even though coming from maybe 15th and coming to 4th and 5th is fun because you made that much ground, but you always wonder, what would I do if I actually pulled a really good start?
Yeah.
If I would be able to ride up there with the top 3.
So what are you doing to try to fix that, to fix your starts? What is the problem with the start? Is it a mental thing for you? Is it a physical thing for you? I mean, is it mental and physical? I mean, how does it work?
I feel like it's a little bit of both because I overthink it, and that just leads to me making even more mistakes because I think about it more, and I'm just like, what if I try this? What if I do this? And I just need to just go up to the gate, not think about it, just knowing that I'm going to get a good start and just let it happen.
So have you ever been able to approach the gate with that mindset yet?
No.
So that kind of bugs you then, I guess,
yeah,
before the start of the race.
It does. But say, those pre-race jitters always get you here and there sometimes. It just makes you think about, if I get a bad start, am I going to be able to pass everybody like I normally do, or am I going to get stuck behind somebody and just stay in the back?
Most of the time you moved up through the pack, though, right?
Yes, sir.
Were there any times that you got stuck back there?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Not as much. Not as you didn't. Obviously, you never want to get stuck back there. One time's too much, I'm sure. But a third place overall for the championship. I know you had dreams and aspirations of winning that title, those titles, but in the grand scheme of things and in the reality, what did you think about those 3 third places when it was all said and done?
I was still happy with it. It was the best I've finished overall since I've ever rode 90 CVTs. That was 3 thirds has been great. It's just going to be hard to beat it next year.
You really think so? You think that the moving up is going to be that difficult
Oh, yeah.
into the A class?
Yeah, there's a lot of people in there. It's going to be fast, and you got to make sure your condition is better than everybody else's, and just ride your own race and focus and just.
What are you doing about the conditioning? I mean, that's something that you've mentioned a few times so far during this interview, conditioning. Are you doing something special as far as conditioning?
Just trying to work out more and focus more on cardio, and been doing the program, and it's been helping a lot. But I feel like that's just one of my biggest problems because I always seem to get real tired and fatigued kind of bad. Arm pump's the biggest problem for sure. So just trying to figure out if I can just work my way to get through that. Just feel like I can open up a whole new level of potential.
Yeah, and I think one way to do that is the training, and if you can get a few starts down and get that nerves. I think nerves a lot of times makes you tighten up,
Yeah.
and then that causes a lot of the arm pump too. So if you can get rid of some of the nerves, that'd be great. And one thing that's helping with conditioning is, I understand here at the race shop, you guys have got like a nice actual workout room. I mean, with equipment and stuff in it, huh?
Oh yeah, having the gym here is great because we just have a gym to yourself. You can focus. You can just come in here whenever you want to, even if it's just to kill time. Come in here, just do a little bit of cycling or running. We got everything we need is just right in there, and it's just great to have it so close by.
No doubt. I mean, did you ever dream when you started racing ATVs that you'd be doing it at this level?
Oh, no. No way.
So what do you hope to do next year? Let's talk about this upcoming season. What is the actual goal for you heading into this A class?
Just see if I can beat last year's overall. See if I can run top 3 all the way through. It's going to be really hard to do, but if I just focus on it, I believe I might be able to do it.
Big picture. What's the ultimate goal here?
Win.
Win?
Yep.
And lots of them, I'm sure,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Now, big picture, longevity. Let's look at the future. What are you looking for, say, 5 years from now?
Maybe looking for a top 10, top 5 in the pro class.
So that's your goal. You're going to keep right on moving up through the
Yep.
ranks then, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to try my best. Just hopefully it clicks easier and easier easier and easier each year, but that's not going to happen.
Well, one great thing about it is, Grayson, that you come from a history of racers. Your dad was a two-wheel motocross racer, right?
That's correct, yes.
And we've talked a little bit about this. You weren't so much of a fan of the two wheels, so you really blossomed on the four wheels. And Do you hope to maybe take it to the level that your dad did as a motocross racer when he did it?
I hope so. Maybe if I get in the pro class, me and him can compare results and see who is the better rider, just see how we stack up against each other.
That'd be pretty cool. Now, do you ride a two-wheel much anymore?
No.
No, you don't even just play around on one just for kicks and giggles?
I want to start, but every time I start, I end up on my butt. I always end up looping it out for some reason.
That's funny. Normally most ATV guys can jump on a motorcycle and do real well. Most bike guys can't do the same, but that's odd. You're one of the ones that are a little bit different, but that's all right. That might mean that you're that much better on an ATV. It's kind of in your blood, man. I mean, this is something that you've grown up around racing your entire life, so this is just a way of life for you in a way, in a sense, I guess.
Oh yeah, it's always been in my life ever since I remember me being 6 years old. And what's funny is whenever I was born, my dad got me an AMA membership card the day I was born.
So are you like a lifetime member, I guess, at this point? Wow, man, that's amazing that you've been an AMA member since the day you were born. And how old are you now?
I'm going to turn 18 March 11th.
I bet there's not very many people in this world that can say that. I mean, there's not very many dads out there that look at that legacy. I mean, I'm sure your dad was thinking, I was a part of the AMA. I want him to be, even if he never rides or races, I want him to be a part of that legacy anyway. And I don't think that you realize it now, but one of these days it'll mean a lot to you, and you'll realize and recognize the importance of what that meant from your dad in being able to do that for you. I think that's pretty cool. But again, new shop, new team. Let's talk a little bit about it for you. Last year you rode with Davey and Joel. You had two pro riders to look up to. This year you got Joel to look up to. You got a Pro-Am and Pro Sport rider and an A and Pro Sport rider to look up to. It's a little bit different from your aspect. I mean, if you look at it on the totem pole, you're kind of the low man on the totem pole. But looking at the big thing here, what are you expecting out of this season for you from your aspect of it? I mean, you think it's going to be good to have those riders on your team? You think it's going to help elevate you even more?
Oh yeah, having you ride with anybody is going to help you elevate, and having someone who's going to be riding a similar class with me is going to help also, because me and him see the track sort of in the same way, and we see maybe not the same way that Joel does, but me and him can help each other and ride together. And he was a leader last year in the B class, and I feel like he'll lead the A class this year, and I'll be up there with him.
Now, did you race against Noah any last year?
Yes, sir. In
the college class, right?
450 Open B.
450 Open B.
Yeah. Okay,
so with that, I mean, you've seen him race. You know how he races, and you've had obviously a chance to do some practice together and some training this off season. You think he's helped elevate your game any?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun riding with him because we're just so close, and it's almost like a battle out there. It's so much fun.
That's awesome. And what about his big brother Hayden? Is he giving you any pointers or taking you to task or anything?
Yeah, he's got a lot to offer as well. I mean, him being in Pro-Am, he's been around 2-3 years longer than we have, and he has a lot of speed that he can help pass on to me, and some tips with cornering. He can help a lot.
What was it like whenever you found out that the team was going to be making those kind of changes and you knew who was going to be coming? I mean, what was it like for you from a personal standpoint? Were you excited?
Yeah, I was pretty excited. I mean, I always like bringing new people under the tent, and it's just great whenever we have great camaraderie under here, and everybody's friends with each other, and just makes it a good atmosphere to be around, and no problem. It just keeps everything in a good mood.
Yeah, and I guess one thing I want to talk about before I let you go is, what are you looking for most out of this upcoming season? What are you hoping and expecting the most out of this season?
Maybe just pick up a couple seconds a lap and just be better than I was last year.
So right now you're not going to focus on a championship until you see how things stack up after that first race or two?
Yeah, you can never call and say, oh, I'm expected to win a championship this year. I want to win a championship. You got to see how that first round goes and just see how you stack up against everybody else.
And put it in and I like that. I mean, obviously, you want to hype things up, but it sounds to me like you're more of a reality type person.
Yeah.
You like to look at it from a realistic standpoint, and the reality of it is that you're getting stronger, you're getting faster, you're getting hungrier, and you're getting excited for the upcoming season, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, let's anybody that you want to say a shout out to, any special thanks to, or anything that has helped put you in this position or maybe encouraged you along the way?
Just everybody under the tent with Maxis, Elka, and Liquid Wrench and Honda. They've put so much support behind us. We just got to do our best to give them what they want and just put out a good performance of our team and just show them that the support on the quad side will maybe eventually lead to more. And
well, I'll tell you, I honestly believe that with members of the team like yourself and with the personal, or the professional, I should say, appearance that you guys are bringing to the pits, I think you're right on the right track, and I think I'm excited to see what the future holds for the team, for you personally. Like I said, I've been watching you since you were a young man, and I've just been waiting for you to blossom and bloom. And I think we've seen just the beginning stages of what you've gotten, and I'm excited to see what the A class holds for you, man.
Thank you.
Well, anything else that you need to say before we go? Any other things that you wanted to talk about, maybe?
No, thank you. I'm good.
That's good. I think we got her covered, and I think that's good enough because we know that this kid's coming. Grayson Eller's coming. He's going to be in the A class. Which A classes is it? Still up in the air on that one right now, I guess.
I think Production A and 450A.
Production A and 450A. We'll be looking for you in that, man, and that's going to be awesome. Thanks for being along here on Quad Radio. This is our second edition of Video Quad Radio. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is Grayson Eller.